I mean, that moment when you're told your daughter, even though she was by then a very successful actress in her own right, and she was on a big show in America called Suits. But
yes, Piers Morgan was one of the many reporters who were completely blowing Meghan Markle's fake fame out of proportion. Oh, that she was a successful actress. She was in a very famous American show. Of course, later, he's now saying she was barely known. And this is why people come across petty. I remember was so trolled for saying, no, she's not. Nobody knows where she come from. I never even heard of that show. Even Harry in the engagement interview said he didn't know it. But no, we had people like Piers Morgan who say Meghan Markle is a millionaire. She's a famous actress, American actress with a famous American show. Eat your words. And I'm glad, that now has another tune. But, at the beginning, this is what the press was selling to everybody. And for us, whenever we called it out, we were trolled like there was no tomorrow.
Thanks for coming to watch the videos. Yes, this is something that's been I've been really wondering about this. It's like, why is Harry being urged to disclose his immigration status? Instead, he should be investigated about it, not urged. This is something that is his prerogative to do it or not. No, people should urge the police or the immigration department to investigate and to fully disclose, just like the Heritage Foundation is doing. That's what they should be doing. Investigating him, not urging Harry as though it's up to him. It's just like there's a petition going urging Harry to give up his title. He already said no. And why would he give up a title? Why would he give up a title that's making him money? The fame exploited the title that the institution gave him, and he's making lots of money from it. So why would he give it up? Why is he being urged instead of being stripped of the title? All titles. People write to the king. Don't bother writing to the king. He's not going to do anything. Oh, write to the king. How many letters have they gotten? They don't do that. Write to Parliament asking them to amend the succession bill and to say that only children born in the United Kingdom and royals residing in the United Kingdom physically, because apparently they're very sneaky. Oh, he's domiciled and it's hard to change domicile. So make sure that you're sneaky too. And you say that it's only people residing in the United Kingdom and being born in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. That takes care of Harry and his children. The man asking also that all the documents for the kids in the line of succession should be made public, especially the first 6 in line to the throne should be made public. Specifically, the document with the testimony of the doctors that the woman gave birth. So why are people urging Harry as though it is his prerogative? It's like they're urging him about the tax things, that they should come clean about the very shady tax return about Archwell that they just posted. No, people should be urging the IRS to fully investigate them. It's not up to Harry. Harry's not the king of anybody. And even I know that with King Charles, people think that this is an absolute monarchy because he behaves in that manner. But this is a constitutional monarchy, and people forget that because of because of the absolutism, how they behave, as though nothing happens to them. And I know it discourages a lot of you, but we shouldn't be discouraged because that is the long game of the monarchy, of the current monarchy, to discourage you because, oh, what difference is it going to make? It does make the difference. Look at all the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. It took a couple of insistent victims, of insistent people, who didn't give up for things to change because their long game did not pay off. They try to silence people, discredit, they blacklisted them, everything. God knows we face a lot of censorship. At least I do. You have no idea how much censorship I go through in this channel. But no, we keep at it. No matter how many other YouTubers try to say the opposite of what we say, at the very end, they have to admit that it's us. Or they give you this runaround things that are wink, 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 things are behind the scenes. There's nothing, but there shouldn't be any things behind the scenes. Everything should be transparent. Why are things behind the scenes? Harry and his wife lied and defamed the monarchy with serious racist, implied racist allegations. They were not investigated. There were no consequences for them. For the monarchy and the United Kingdom, there were. But for them, no, there were no consequences. So it's important to speak out. And it's important to keep at it. I'd like to think that my subscribers, you guys, you come into this channel. It's like we're the voice of, at least, I don't know if it's truth, but at least exposure. We expose things. At least we question and we keep at it. We keep questioning. And I encourage you and I urge you not to feel discouraged. If that were the case, I would have never gone to Norway to fight my court case there. I had 3 life murder attempts in my life by my ex-husband. I believe, because there was so much evidence to the case, but he wasn't in the country, so he couldn't be prosecuted. Norway persecuted me when they knew full well that I was innocent of everything of the case they were trying to build against me. And if you like, I can post all the evidence, I can talk about it, and I can show you all the documents online if you want to know about my case. Because you can see how dirty Norway can be. At least certain authorities, the authorities in Norway, can be dirty. Because to this day, they're not being held accountable. So I can show you all the documents. I have no problem with that. See, I can be transparent. But if you go and ask them, it's confidential. Why is it confidential? There was a very public trial in Norway. And they were very public when they were after me. But they're very quiet when they get caught. So this is why I speak from experience. Keeping quiet. It took me 8 years. I'm still suffering the consequences. My reputation was completely destroyed. I still get people calling me a hacker, a child trafficker, a thief. It's like P. Dinah, and when I try to do things for charity, people don't want to be associated with me because of that, in spite of the fact that I show them the sentences, the judgments, and everything in my favor. And I show how everything is a lie. But internet is more important. But you know what? I don't get discouraged. I just see this as the Lord's way of weeding bad people out of my way. But yes. So why are people urging Harry? And other YouTubers, they try to spin the news so we keep quiet, or they give you false hope that there's a long game. There's no long game. The long game is to wear you all out. So people, and I've seen some people, in my feed, and I can understand how you feel that way. Saying, what's the point? He's going to get away with it. Yes, he might get away with certain things. But just like Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and others, it comes to a point when they don't. That Theranos lady, Elizabeth Holmes, she thought she could get away with it because she was backed by very powerful people until she pissed one of them off. So stop urging Harry to do anything. He's not a young man. He's a middle-aged ginger wanker who's made a living out of lying, exploiting the royal titles, and defaming others while evading any responsibilities. He's a coward. So, and if you don't, and you know what? I really do believe that this case against the Associated Newspapers, I really hope the Associated Newspapers goes hard after him and I hope it's uncovered that they fabricated that statement of Gavin, the investigator. Because people are going to try to blame the guy who fabricated, if he fabricated it, that testimony. And it seems to me that he did, because the guy is going very hard. The private investigator implicated in this is going very hard at this, and the newspaper is standing firm on this. So The best thing that could happen, and I think is going to happen, is that this case is going to be dismissed because the judge is going to find out, wait a minute, this could be implicated hard, and the royal family can be implicated, and it's going to be a bigger scandal because they don't want Harry implicated in a big social royal scandal. So if he doesn't throw it, this is going to be the undoing. And even if it gets thrown out, I sure hope Associated Newspapers presses charges against Harry and his band of crooks who went after this. Because ignorance is not a legal defense. They should have done their homework. They all have money. And they should have done their homework. That's just my opinion. If it gets thrown out, I still hope that Associated Newspapers goes after Harry. So what do you think? Should people stop urging Harry? Should people just say, you know what? Urge Immigration Department to look into the visa. Demand, don't urge, demand. Just like the Heritage Foundation is doing. Demand from the IRS to investigate that shady tax return deal. That was shady as hell. Demand that Harry be exposed for this fraudulent thing that apparently is what's going on with the Associated Newspapers. Demand that the line of succession, the succession bill, be amended. Demand it. You can do it. Start the petition. Send me the link once that you have the UK parliamentary petition and we'll send it. And don't be discouraged because that is their long game. And we just have to be better at them and keep at it. I mean, what do you guys think?